Hiya, welcome back to the channel. This is just a really quick video, and it is going to be how to take the bumper off, the front bumper on the Citroen C1. I've took it off lots of times before, and usually when I'm doing a video and I'm taking the bumper off, I just say, yeah, I took this off before, and then it's in another video, but I don't know which one I did it in. So I'm going to do a specific video on how to take the front bumper off the shagger. The first part of the process is to release the bonnet, followed by lifting the bonnet and propping the shitter up. And next, if we look on the top of the stand panel, we've got 3 10mm and a plastic shitter, which all need to be removed in a professional and careful manner. Yes. Yes. Like so. And place somewhere for safekeeping. So this next bit is probably something that you're not going to have to do. If you look down there, we've got some wires which are connected to these lights. Now I'm going to have to disconnect these. Like that. And I'm going to have to take that off. Yes. Right, so next, if we go to the front wheels and we look in the wheel arches, there is some little plastic pips. Now ideally, I don't know where the fuck that went. Right, so as I was saying, is ideally the centre of these unscrews from the outer. It's like a plastic rivet, but they never really work when they get to this sort of age, so just pull the shaggers out. And then we need to get underneath, because there is a 10mm there, now there's a 10mm there. I don't need to remove that one because the bracket's already fucked, so it's removed itself. But there is one in the middle, and then there's 2 on the other side that are mirroring these 2 that I've just shown. So I'll show you where they are from here. From the front of the car, they're just underneath and underneath. So they're 10mm. I think this is the last one. And now removed everything that's holding it in, then it's clipped on here. Now these clips do sometimes grip quite well and not want to come off, but you just sort of give them a sort of a nice and caressed and lovingly, and they'll come out. And same with the other side, which, well, my clip's broken, but you can imagine. And then bumper is now removed. And that was how to remove the front bumper. The next part of this video, you probably guessed it, is going to be how to put it back on. I'm not actually sure if Aygos and 107s are the same or how different they are, but they're probably not that much different. Anyway, let's put the shitter back on. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to lift the bumper, and then it'll sort of hook into place. So if we look at where it's going, it's not hooking into place. Sort of like that. And to stop it falling back off, the first thing I do is I put this shitter in. And then the bumper will now stay on whilst you're fucking about with it. Next, I clip these back in, which sometimes you need to sort of fight with a little bit to get them to line up. But once you've got them lined up, and this bit does usually take both hands to hold it and twist it, but you get it lined up and then something like that. But sometimes you do have to manipulate it slightly to get the hooks to line up. And then it's the same for the other side. Now this side has never really held on for me, but I have just hot stapled what's left of the bracket, so at least it's got a clip at the bottom. There's one missing there, but fuck it, that'll do. Not forgetting the all important pips. And then there is 3 M6 bolts that run along the top, which need to be put back in along the top. Nice and carefully torqued to a preset torque setting. Next, we've got between 0 and 5 of these to put back in, depending on how many of yours are actually broken and how many work. The long ones without washers in, they are for the corners. And this is one of them. So this goes in here, and then these can be a bit of a ball sack to line up actually, because it's like a bit of a plastic speed clip, if that's one way to describe it. So we tighten that one up, and sometimes with it being like a speed clip, the plastic that it goes into, like the plastic nut part of it, if that makes sense, it's on like a flap of plastic which bends around like an S shape, and it pushes away rather than screwing in, so you sometimes have to get your finger in this hole here and push down on it to keep it from pushing away, and then tighten it up. Yes. Followed by the same on the other side. And then I've got one more to put in. Like I say, you might have more or less than this, but I've got one, which is the centre one for the bumper. So I tighten that shitter up, and we're pretty much done. Apart from obviously I've got to plug my lights back in, and I need to put my all important cold air feed on for many horsepowers. So now that is it. That is how to take off and reapply a bumper on a Citroen C1. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, all the usual stuff. Tell me where I've gone wrong, that kind of shit, and see you next time.